I think that works.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Oh man, it's been too long.
We got to make sure that Savannah puts some of this nonsense in. And we're back.
Back again.
Okay, Johnny D, we're back.
Back again.
All right, T3 has been on a hiatus. Now we've got John and Ed's Tech Talk together. And guess what? Ba-dow!
Austin, Texas. It's where we're at.
Okay, so here's what's up. We have a lot of exciting things that we are doing for the BUILDSTR team. And then John and I together have a lot that we're going to be doing together for the strategy of looking at how are we perfecting the delivery of AWS to our customers, right? So what's the blog post you just wrote?
So I have a blog post coming out about using observability to drive business value, which is super cool. We get to talk about a lot of the SRE mindset, but then also how implementing instrumentation creates business value via SLOs, SLIs, and then using those to make executive decisions for your business, which is pretty cool.
You know, it's silly, dude. We didn't even talk about it, but we're wearing a uniform.
Unplanned. We got out of the elevator. And I was like, oh, nice outfit.
Yeah. So the part of what we're perfecting is making sure that everybody who we're working with knows how we can help them even better. Mm-hmm. And what that really comes down to is we help people who are building. We're doing really cool projects, and maybe their team isn't big enough to scale the way they need. Maybe they have people that are real experts on their product and they need to be focused on core product development. Or maybe they're new to the AWS environment and they don't really know how to set up a landing zone the right way, or know that like not everybody should have access to the root user, right? And so then we have this really cool landing zone accelerator that helps set up the 3 different accounts and all of the different users and all of the different security parameters. And so what we're doing is we're helping make sure that people know how to use us. And some of the stuff where people are getting a lot of value from us is in this observability. So where they're paying a lot of money to Datadog. Datadog does awesome stuff, but maybe they don't need to pay Datadog all the money that they're paying them, and they can do a lot of that internal with native AWS services. There's a lot of customers in the ISV and startup space who don't have a full like call center calling solution, and then they're starting to see the value of using Amazon Connect, and we help them get holistic customer insights with Amazon Connect and pooling and piping all of this complex data together to make it very usable, and bolting on some cool agentic solutions with visibility from QuickSight, and then DBA as a service. Go ahead. You want to talk about that for a minute?
So database as a service, DBAS, right? And so basically we took the concept of providing database support and staff augmentation to a totally different level now. So we're basically a couple different routes we can go here, but we can go like a migration route where if you're doing a database upgrade or you don't have basically the staff or the knowledge for mundane database administration tasks, or you want to work on automating it or how to utilize your databases more effectively, optimize queries, performance tuning, really anything associated with the database that you just don't have the bandwidth, the skill set, or the time, really. We're able to go in there and assist your business to drive, again, additional business value.
A great example of that is that customer we were just working with that had been stuck on a really old version of Postgres, and they were on the cusp of like having some major problems with their application. And instead of having to go in and do this whole deep dive and ask a bunch of questions, he built a really cool set of scripts that did all the analysis for them, got us all the information that we needed, and then helped them create a roadmap of where they're going.
Yeah.
So that seems like a lot of value. And whether they use us or not, like this is the place where we want to help AWS and our customers add value in any conversation that we're having.
Absolutely. And what was crazy about the script and everything, so it goes and grabs all the key AWS information that we need to evaluate, such as like the size of the cluster, the current version it's on, and different things like that. And then it basically generates an artifact, a Word document that you can then start analyzing how that migration plan is going to go, start developing contingency plans, migration plans, whether we're going to use like a blue-green deployment, or we're going to do an in-place upgrade, all these key different things that are important based off of like your, what is it? Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
Basically your time to recovery, your recovery point objective. I don't know why I forgot that. But yes, your recovery point objective, your SLAs that you have with your clients, we take all of that into consideration to come up with the best migration plan for you.
Yeah, those acronyms give me trouble all the time. In fact, sometimes like earlier in the conversation before we started this, I couldn't even remember freaking flag stat. So the other aspect of going in and being able to provide fast database analyst as a service offerings is that script that you've developed. That's something that we share with our customers so that they can run it. Or if they're like, we don't really have time, we help them set up a quick IAM role and permissions for us, and then we can run it. So the whole point being here, we get to decisive action very quickly.
Absolutely. Having the expedited technical discovery and basically a template or framework of how this is all going to either happen and then help guide clients and customers speeds up the process exponentially.
Right. So, and we're back now. On top of all the cool stuff that in terms of technical delivery, we're going to be having some cool conversations. So there's folks at AWS who they said, oh, we'd love to be part of some cool conversations. In fact, we were just in New York. The team was in New York for New York Summit, and we bumped into a skip level of some of the folks that we work with, and just to say hi. And then she ended up talking to us for like hour and a half, and we're like, "Hey, we should do like a podcast." And it's the type of conversation I would have just loved to listen to while I was doing dishes. And then we've got a bunch of customers who have said, "Oh, we'd love to be on that." So the whole point of that being on top of talking about technical, we're also going to be pulling in like friends of BUILDSTR to be talking about what do they see in the industry, what's going on, what are the trends, what is it like to work with us, what is it like to be on the AWS side working with us. And so it's going to be an exciting next whatever it is. I think we have like 3.5 months until Thanksgiving, and then then before you're going to blink and it's going to be Christmas time, and then you're going to blink again and it's going to be like February 2nd, and like the year really starts again. So there's a lot of great momentum, and there's a lot of value that we're building with customers right now, and it's a lot of fun.
It's been a very fast year for sure, and seeing the amount of engagements and just what we've accomplished this year is pretty groundbreaking. It's not even done yet.
Our team is growing in significant ways, both here in the States and then also some other cool things that are happening globally. And so it's there's a lot of fun things going on.
Super excited to see how we finish this year out, and super excited to get this back up and running again. So you'll be seeing a lot more of us, that's for sure.
Great. All right, everybody.
Yeah.